such a treat today, a man who has contributed so much to this city and to the lives of so many people, Dr. Dodson. And we can't thank you enough for coming today. We have a lot I want to find out about you. In your Baylor shirt, and I have on my Bobcat Chief shirt. And I told Dr. Dodson before, when he walked in, that our oldest child is a Baylor Bear graduate, and she would be excited to see that I have someone with a Baylor shirt on today. Dr. Dodson, you have spent the majority of the years of your life in this city. You went to high school here.
Right.
And played on a championship team. Let's go all the way there. Start back with were you born here?
I was born in the old Shannon Hospital, and went through public schools.
You went to San Angelo High School before it became Central.
That's right.
And I've met some wonderful people who finished from that high school proudly to this day. And you played in sports and were on a team that did very, very well, I hear. What part did you play in that team that did so well?
In high school, I was quarterback. We had a really good quarterback in Mickey Rathbone, and
y'all won state, didn't you?
we did, and we were not defeated that year. I was fortunate in that I played in every game.
Well, tell me do you have a favorite that
Yes.
rises to the top?
Let's see, the first time I can remember doing something significant was that Mickey Rathbone, who was our leader, was hurt a little bit. So I was sent in the game and was able to score for that Odessa football game. Another one that was our Abilene football game when they scored and went ahead on us. We had a tailback who could not play much because of injury. So I played quarterback and Mickey Rathbone played halfback. Milford Taft's was the injured player. They scored and went ahead, and I joined the rest of the team, and I remember we huddled up behind the goalpost, and I remember some of those players were very adamant that we would not we would not get the ball up until we scored. And eventually we did in about 10 or 11 plays. And I was able to throw the pass that won that game. We played Midland, we played Sweetwater, we played some good teams. The one that I remember the most was Highland Park in Dallas, and they had two very outstanding players, Doak Walker and Bobby Lane. And we played in the old Bobcat Stadium. And they were ahead of us 20 to 7. And Coach called me over and said, I want you to run the Scotty Special. And they were the Scotties, their mascot. So the Scotty Special, I went in the ball game to run it. And as I was running out on the field to go in to call that play, I suddenly realized that I didn't get a chance to run that. It was a new play put in for Highland Park. And but I said, well, I'll just figure that out as I went. And the play went very well, and we gained a good 25, 30 yards because we were back near our goal line. And so I started out of the ball game to let Mickey come back. And Coach pointed where he wanted me to stay in the ball game. And so I did, and we had some success immediately. We ran another good play and another, and he wouldn't let me come out of the ball game, which was agreeable to me. But I actually called 2 plays in one to try to make a better showing. And so we moved down the field, and everybody got excited, and we scored. And Mickey came back in and was able to lead the team and scored again and beat them 21-20. And that was, in those days, that was not easily done after you're down that far. But we won that game, and that was pretty much the game that we had to win the championship. I was involved in some more things in that game. I played halfback on defense. And anyway, the next year, we still had a lot of good players, and we had a good team, but it was really a much stronger team than the one we won with. But we had to play them again, Highland Park, and we had to go up there. And we had played Amarillo and beat them twice that year. And that was, we really were physically beaten because of the nature of the way Amarillo was very lucky to almost, we beat them, and we got beat in the semifinals by Holland Park. Those are some of the things that I remember very well.
So you've played with and against some of the most famous Hall of Famer football players in our state's high school football history. I've read in Jim Dent's books about Doak Walker and Bobby Lane, and I would have loved to have seen some of those games. I am not an athlete, Dr. Dodson, but I dearly love to win, and for my students to be able to win, whether they're in the band or choir or debate. I like them learning about leadership and getting along with others on a team. So what a joy to hear your memory of those championship games that are recorded as some of the best in our Texas history. You finished high school and went on to college. Tell us about that in your med school.
I was offered a scholarship at the University of Texas, which I agreed on, but we had a situation where my father had developed cancer, and I was inclined to want to play football more but that's kind of made me go in a different direction, and I guess what I want to say is it was difficult for me to practice to play football, and I was involved with my dad part of the time caring for him. So it turned out that I ended up stopping pre-med and eventually graduating, and then I was accepted to Baylor Medical College and spent 4 years there, and already decided really that I wanted to try pediatrics, and I really enjoyed it and was I had spent about 11 years at that point when I came back out in West Texas looking for a place to locate. And after visiting and looking, one of my friends who was practicing pediatrics got a back problem that wouldn't leave, and I ended up working for him for a while and then taking his position. And that was, I guess, how I got back to San Angelo.
And you practiced here 40 years?
Yes.
My goodness. And until you practiced until 15 years ago?
Yes.
My goodness. What was there, those would have included the days in my childhood where polio was a scare. Did you have that here in San Angelo?
I was diagnosed with polio, but I was not very sick with it. And I don't know for sure if it was polio or another virus. But yes, we had polio in San
Yes.
Angelo quite a bit.
It was a big scare during my childhood that parents really were cautious until it now is. We've done a good job in our world of eradicating that to a great extent, even though I hear it's coming back some in some countries. Is there anything in your practice or working with people and children that is a special memory for you or that you're particularly proud of? I know one thing that isn't about a pediatrician, part of your life, but you were one of the founders or beginners of Southland Baptist Church. I think that is a Dr. Dodson fingerprint in our city. Is there something else that you are especially, that's a happy memory for you about San Angelo?
I was given the honor of being chosen as one of 5 outstanding pediatricians, I guess. But I was involved in children's, the sick children's clinic that we met, and then later involved with heart clinic. I guess several things at that I was able to be a part of, and I was given that honor.
Well, I don't know, because you're such an humble person, that you will ever know how many lives that you have touched, not just through your medical practice and your gifts of healing, but your friendships. And this town is a far better place because of you, Dr. Dodson. It is my great honor to get to know you just a little bit. And I know I hear people that watch these interviews talk about being inspired by people that I've been blessed to have, and you will be at the top of that list because of what you, in your unselfish way, have done for the people of this city, and we thank you so much. What a great man.
It was an honor, and I didn't do anything that others weren't doing.
Well, I hope our young people that will see this will aspire to walk in your footsteps.
Thank you.